So hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I want to talk about template inheritance. So Django helps you to use the aspect of the usability. So instead of writing the whole things over and over again, you just inherit from a certain template. So let's say, for example, each page in a website, let me show you for example. So surely let me use my website. Okay, so in this website you can see that the navbar and the footer are repeated in every page. So if I go to listing, you'll see the navbar and the footer. If you go to sell, you see the navbar and the footer. So you don't want to repeat writing the same codes in every template. So that's where the aspect of template inheritance comes in. So with template inheritance, you just write the navbar and the footer on one page, then inheriting all the other pages. So I'll be going through that in this tutorial. So let's get to it. So I've created a project, named it. I've created a folder where we'll be writing our code and created a virtual environment. So let me activate the virtual environment. So activate, then press enter. So as you can see, I've activated the virtual environment. So I can install Django using pip install Django. Okay. 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 It's taking a little longer. So after creating the project, after installing Django, I'm going to create a project using Django -admin start project. Then the project name, let me name it Django project. Okay, that's done. Sorry, let me delete this one. I always like putting a dot in the end so that the result is output in the current directory. So let me rerun the command with a dot in the end. So okay, so this manage.py is important at the moment. So once that is done, then let me start an app. Python manage.py start app. Then the app name, let me call it test app. Let me just call it test app. I want everything to be output in the test app folder, so I want to put the dot in the end. So this is just okay. So the next thing is to link our test app to the project. So to do that, so go to the project, then settings.py, then under the installed apps, add test up. Okay, let me comment it with new. Okay, test up. Then the next thing, we can link our URLs. Let's create a URLs for the test up. URLs file, urls.py. Then we link it to the urls.py of the project. So to do that, first we import include. Then under the URL patterns, we add a new path. Then, okay, Copilot has finished it for me. So include testup.urls. So we are including the URLs inside the testup. Okay, once that is done, you can add some code in the urls.py of the app. So let me just copy that and paste it here and remove the include and the admin and these URL patterns. Then you can add an app name, test app. Okay, once that is done, we can start up working on our topic. Before we do that, let me run the server and see if it is working. Python manage.py run server. Okay, I think it's okay. So let me see 127. Okay, has worked successfully. So let's start. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, go to settings, then under the templates, add base dir, okay, then slash templates. That one, so that any file, the folder called templates in the base directory can also be used for templates. So now you can come inside everything, inside the project and the app, and create a templates folder. Then inside this template folder, you can create a base.html. So this file will contain a code that will be reused in other templates. So you create the boilerplate, so like that. Then it doesn't need to have a title. No, it should have. If your title is repeated in every page, you can add it there. So let me call it template inheritance. Okay. Then inside the body, we will put block content, which are template tags. So and okay, and block content. So everything in the other pages will be inserted inside these two tags. So everything else will be reused, but the content inside the block content will not be reused. This is what will change in every page. If you want to reuse the title too, you can put it inside the title tag. So you can put this title, block title, then and block title. Then you can just remove this one because we are in the base.html. So this is how the base template should look like. So if you have a footer that will be used in every page, you put it outside the block content, and if you have a navbar, outside the block content and the block title. Anything inside these two will not be reused. Okay, so that's our base.html file. So let's go to the other HTML files. So to do that, we'll have to inside the test tab, we'll have to create views, URLs, and templates. So first, let me create a view called def index, which takes request, then it will return this. So that's it. Then inside the test tab, let's create another templates folder. So templates, then inside it, create another folder called test tab. So inside the test tab, let's create a file called index.html. Okay, so this index.html, I want it to inherit from the base.html. So what you'll say is add a template tag, then percentage, then extends base.html. Then you can put a block title, then block title, so the Django template tags always have a opening and closing tag. So inside here you can put title. So let me put this. Let me say title. This is the home page. Okay, so once we've done that, we need a URL. So inside the urls.py, let's add path to the view. So to do that, first we'll import the view. So from the same directory, import views. Okay, then let's create a new path. So path, that one. So views.index, that will refer to the index function in the views.py. So this one. Okay, so let's run the server and see. Okay, so if I refresh, if you can see here, this is the home page. So let's say the base.html had a footer. Let me put a footer in the base.html. You will see it appearing on every page. So footer, and then inside the footer, let me write this is the page footer. So this one will be inherited in every page. Then let me put a navbar. So inside the navbar, let me write this is the navbar. So if we refresh, you'll see this is the navbar and this is the page footer. So let me add some block content. Then you'll see how it looks like. So block content. Okay, this is the home page. So this one should be between the nav and the footer. So Let me refresh. Okay, you can see this is the home page, then we have this is the nav, this is the page footer. So let's go to the next thing. Let me create a new template view and URL. Let me call it the about page. So dev about. So it will take request, then output that. Then let me create the about template. So about .html. So this is a template in the test app. So put it in the right folder inside the templates inside the test app. So let me name it a different thing. Let me just copy this. Copy, then inside the about, instead of you must extend first the template you are inheriting from. Then let me change, this is the about page, then about page. So in the block title, this is the about page, then in the block content, this is the about page. So if you refresh, and I still don't have the URL, so you must add the URL. So about views.about. Okay, I already imported the view, so views.about. Then if I refresh and go to /about, you'll see this is the about page, this is the about page. So basically the navbar and the footer are inherited from the base.html. Then the content and the title are specific to each page. So let's do something else. So inside the base.html, so instead of putting this is the navbar here, let me create links to different pages in the website. So let me delete that one. Okay, something like that. So this is URL for the index page, and this is URL for the about page. So inside every page, if you refresh now, okay, so let me see the URL. So it was the name, index, and about. So in the base, index, about. Okay, the problem is I placed here test app, so we must use that in the base.html. So test app colon index, then let me copy it, something like that. So if you refresh now, you'll see home, about. So if you are in about, you'll see this is the about page, and if you are in the home page, this is the home page. So let me add a new page called contact. So inside the template, let me add a new contact.html. So inside it, let me just paste what I had in the about. So contact. So this is the contact page. This is the contact page. So if I go back and refresh, I don't have the link, so let me put a link. The views first, let me see. So I need a new view, dev contact. Okay, test up contacts.html. Then inside the URLs, I also need a path. Okay, contact. Okay, something like that. Okay, now in the base, let me add the URL. So okay, something like that. So refresh. So if I go to contact, this is the contact page, and the title, this is the contact page, but the footer is retained and the links are retained. So basically that is template inheritance. So what have we done in this tutorial? So first I started by creating a project, then creating an app. So my project was called Django project, then my app, test app. Then I linked the project and the app. I added the app to the installed apps in the project, then created a urls.py for the app and linked it to the urls.py of the project. Then after that, I created the templates in the base directory. So these templates, then linked it inside the settings. Under the templates, I linked it like this. Then after that, I created a base.html file which I added the HTML boilerplate plus some code, this is the navbar, and this is the block title, which will be specific to each page, and the content will also be specific to each page. The rest will be inherited from this one. Okay. Then I created another templates file folder in the test app. Then I created a test app folder inside it. Then created some templates, created their views and URLs. Then I linked them. And remember, to inherit, you must use extends here, this extends tag in each page where you're inheriting. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.